Good morning. Good morning. It is Monday, the 26th of January. I have an appointment this morning and we are going there. My man is driving. It's an early appointment, so I just went to pick up some documents. How are you? What are you doing? I feel good. Baby, how do you feel today?
Tired.
This early morning, you're tired?
Yeah.
My man said he's tired. Anyway, we're going to go there. It's not going to take time, it's just to breeze in and breeze out and get what I need to pick up. I was talking to my man the other day about some of the things that are happening in the world at the moment, how things are just literally mad. It is crazy, the things you see happen, how it just feels like this world is no longer a real place, if you know what I mean. It just feels so weird how people just think like other humans are not humans. And I must say, in as much as I have had so many weird experiences and people that are just extremely crazy and wayward who interact with me on social media, on these internet streets, I have had some really wonderful Nigerian people say nice things to me. I had some really good experience last night from a guy, from these two women. It was so amazing to see. Of course, we know that there are people from Africa that are not brainwashed. We know this. They said some of the things that I've heard recently. Of course, people have said nice things to me and have been supportive. What really is so funny is some of these people who just think that you're going to go to hell. But there are people who know that you should live your life regardless. We have just finished. Oh my days, it's so cold, absolutely cold. Some drivers are just so freaking entitled. I'm complaining about drivers again. And my mom was saying that sometimes when I reference certain things, I should just say some. I shouldn't say all Nigerians. And I said, no, I say some. The thing is, some of these so-called people, when they come to speak to gay people or they want to reference gay people, they just speak about us like all of us are crazy, like all of us are evil. They do this all the time. So of course, when someone is saying something like this and I get really pissed off about it, I'm going to speak to you however I feel, depending on how I want to react to it or whatever. I'm a human being at the end of the day. So I took notes anyway. Baby, that was quick, isn't it?
That's very quick. Thank God.
I want to go to the gym and the car was so low. My man plugged it. It's gotten to 49%, which will be fine. I was just thinking of something whilst we were driving back from the appointment we went to this morning. And I was just thinking how life can be extremely difficult when you do not have connections, when you do not have the resources, when you are just trying and you're doing everything right and you may not be lucky, because sometimes some people just say, oh, I'm not lucky, I worked hard. But luck plays a major part. Having resources, having connections, and having all of these things does help. This is the reason why sometimes you see people that are extremely talented, extremely clever, and extremely doing well in what they are doing, and they are still not recognized. And they will still not move forward because there's no connection. And it is hard for a lot of people in this life. I know people personally that are so smart, they have all the tools to be successful, but they are not. And that can be extremely defeating when it's like this for people. The reason why I was thinking about this is something that I saw happen to someone recently. And I kept looking at life and I'm like, life is so unfair. Do you know the number of people in so many places in the world who are so talented, who are doing all the right things, but they don't have exposure? Maybe because of where they were born, maybe because of where they live, maybe because of the families where they are and no one being able to see them. Because of the internet, actually, sometimes people are now able to have a platform for them to be seen. I remember this particular story of a particular girl in somewhere a few years ago. It was on the BBC that was discovered. I'm saying all this to say, be thankful no matter what, because you have it better than somebody else somewhere. You may think that your life is horrible, but you have it better than somebody somewhere. I know it is easier said than done, because no matter what, you're still always going to have times when you're like, oh my God, this thing is horrible. What is this? Sometimes I say this to myself, being an adult is hard work. Like, it's horrible. I don't have my father or my mother to come and save me when I'm not able to pay bills. Of course, I have people in my age who their parents bought houses for. I know some of them personally, but that has never been my story. You get what I'm saying? Is my story good and better than so many other people's stories? Yes. Am I doing better than some people? Absolutely. What I always say to myself, the fact that I wake up every morning is a success. The fact that I have food to eat, I have roof over my head is good. But sometimes, even with all of these things, people who have all of these things will still feel like life is shit, because this life is what it is. Anyway, I just thought I would share this. I don't know if I made any sense. We have arrived here. We have arrived. My dear, I don't even know why I wore my jacket. I thought it was cold. It's -1 degrees, but why am I so warm? I don't understand. I do not understand. I do not. There's this particular individual that comes to this gym sometimes. Some people just feel like they own everywhere. They come in, they just behave like it is their private property. I will never understand that. But that's them. I had a really, really good workout. Some people are just so weird. He behaves like he owns the gym, and they're so weird. I used to go to this particular gym. It's the gym group, the one in Great Northern in Manchester. And there's a guy that behaves like this. Like, you'll be using something, this guy comes and will not even say anything to you and just go ahead and start using that as well. Maybe you're just using an equipment and you stood up. It's weird how some people roll. I don't know if I should have even parked here. There's a vehicle behind me that is cleaning the glasses and things like this. I just hope that this is not a bad thing, because my goodness, I don't want to be spending money if anything happens to my car and it's my fault. Today is Tuesday, the 27th of January. New episode of Igbo Queer and Unfiltered podcast came out today. The episode is queerness and spirituality. Is it queerness and spirituality? I don't even know. Sometimes I don't be remembering the titles after I've done the whole speaking and did whatever. Yeah, queerness and African spirituality is the episode today. It dropped this morning. Go and listen to that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for that as well. I am here early. I just want to do an early morning workout, and today as well I'm not taking my camera. The weather seems to be a little bit warmer today. It is, surprisingly, it's showing -3 degrees in my car. On my phone it was showing 2 degrees when I was in the flat. I don't know. I do not know. What I do know is that I need to just do a quick workout. I'm going to be quick. I just literally need 1 hour. That's what I need. I have finished my workouts. I don't even know. Today is one of those days where you are just like, what the hell? You know what happened? Because the car was really, really cold, because it was parked outside overnight and there was frost and everything. For that reason, the car was showing -3 on the monitor, but it was actually 2 degrees. But then when I came out, it felt like -3. It was so cold. That's why I'm wearing my jacket now. Good morning. It is a new day. It is Wednesday, the 28th of January. We are on our way. I have an appointment. My man is going with me. We are driving there. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of the community, for joining the movement for truth, visibility and representation. We are going to be here today, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, forever and ever. We are always going to be here. I didn't really vlog that much yesterday. I went to the gym, took my camera in the car, but I just felt like not taking my camera in there, just going to do what I needed to do, and then off I went. It was a really good workout, and life continues. I feel so bad because my nephew has been calling me and I just haven't had time to speak to him and his sister, because we are busy here sometimes and life goes on. I'm going to call him today. So this is going to take us about 2 hours 30 minutes to go there, to go to where we're going to. 2.5 hours literally. And I'm so happy I got a really new tripod that is portable, that is really good to grip on. I love this tripod that I got. It got delivered yesterday. So cool. Very nice. Something really made me upset yesterday, and I am still upset about it. Emerald sent me a video, and this video is about some really young kids. None of them looked over 16 or up to 16. I don't think any of these children is up to 16 years old. and they gave them this drawing paper. I will stop being homosexual. I will stop doing whatever on a man's penis. I will stop doing this on a man's nyash. And they gave them all of these things, and their face everywhere. And these were minors. I do not care if these children were homosexuals or not. That's not even the point. The fact that a lot of adults were there and they find it okay to show their face everywhere and they were disgracing them. And for the life of me, I don't even understand, where are their parents? Some Nigerians are just so obsessed with homosexuality and queerness. And I saw some of the men there, their faces. You can tell that some of these men are struggling with their sexuality. You are struggling with internalized homophobia, and you have it in you to traumatize these children. The ages of these children are the ages where they are still in their formative years. That is an extremely sensitive stage of any person's life. And this is what you chose to do to them. There's a particular woman that was screaming and talking all of this nonsense. I am sure that that fool is married to a gay man that is cheating with men behind her back, and she doesn't even know it. How is this possible? How is this okay? How are these adults there and they find it okay to allow this to happen? I was looking at their innocent faces. That really made me angry so much. It is called duty of care, and none of you, nobody, not even one person, cared to say, oh, this is not okay. Your children are not an extension of you. They are a whole human being outside of you. A lot of you have children and you want to live your dream through your children. That is not okay. That is horrible. That is absolutely disgusting. What the hell is this? You've traumatized these children. It reminds me how important it is to have representation and visibility. Some of the videos and audio messages I have been sent to by certain people that I know, if you hear some of them, you will scream. You will be shocked how some of these parents and some of these people who call themselves family members treat their relatives and their children. Absolutely disgusting. We just got to a Tesla supercharger station because we want to charge. I forgot that we're supposed to see a friend as well. We're going to see her briefly before we go to the appointment, and then we will then see her afterwards to have dinner maybe. I don't know, we'll see. My man has just gone to the toilet because he said he wants to pee. I feel like I want to pee, but I don't know if I should. Maybe I should actually. Anyway, I'll wait for him. I was just listening to one of my favorite podcasts, Kelechi Okafor, and she has this private podcast as well that I listen to. Meet Me at the Altar. She's just everything I love. Everything I love. So we're just going to charge. How many minutes are we going to charge for? We have 59 minutes, but he just wanted to top up. We just parked. We're waiting for PP. She's not here yet. Baby, how long are we going to spend here?
I don't know, 2 hours. Shall I call her?
Yeah. I'm hungry as well.
That's why you can eat in there.
I was sleeping in the car. I was so tired. We're just waiting for her. Our appointment is in 2 hours, 30 minutes. We left earlier because we need to meet her. Are we going to meet her again after? Okay, so we're not meeting her again. Contrary to what I said earlier, that we're going to have dinner with a friend and then have lunch there. So we're just meeting her now. And then we go for the appointment and then go back. The food was really good. The restaurant we went to was by the lake, and the lake is frozen. People were walking on the lake. I was looking at this, I'm like, me that cannot swim, I am not going to take any risk. Absolutely not. I'm not going to walk on that. This couple, they were walking on it like they've walked about 200 meters already on the lake. I was just saying to my man, what if the lake caves in? Like, this is like me going, seeing death, and just decided that I want to jump into that just to drown. I need to learn how to swim, I'm not gonna lie. I've been saying that I'm going to learn how to swim and I haven't. Anyway, I need to learn how to swim. We are back at Tesla supercharger station again for the final charge. It's been a long day, but a wonderful day. We left home this morning at 10 and now it's to 6. There's a store close to this service station. I just want to get something there, something bad, but I want to see if they still have it, because one time when my man had some friends visiting, we went into the store and they had something that is really, really nice and I liked it. So I want to see if I can get one of those things if they are open.
We have 8 and we need 18.
So that means we need to get the car charged to like 50%. So we need to charge the car to like 50% so that by the time we drive back, it should be enough to take us home. Because I think it was when we went on a road trip to Brittany and we were driving the car somewhere and it was 11%. That was when I thought that this car would just die on us, but it didn't. We just got somewhere and then charged. This is the bag of the things we got. I decided to pick these 2 chocolates. Can you see? It's melting here. I'm going to put it in the fridge. Chocolate fudge. I love the packaging as well. So you put this in hot water or your hot chocolate, milk and white chocolate. Those are the things we got in the shop because we just rushed in and got that quickly. Good morning. Let me just reduce this. I am so sorry about the sound in the car because it snowed overnight and it's snowing a little bit now. This weather I don't understand is wild. I was just clearing and my man did what he normally does, helped me, kept the car warm and stuff, so it's warm. I do not know what I think anymore. I do not understand this life anymore. I just don't understand it because people keep disappointing people that they are supposed to care for, love and support and things like this, and their children literally on a daily basis. That's not okay. Anyway, today is Thursday the 29th of January. It is January. Yeah, we need to do what we need to do. I have been up all morning working and I want to go to the gym to get a quick workout. Like, I need to get my mind, body and soul going to feel like a human being because I was so busy throughout this week and this Thursday and I did not call my nephew and my niece. Actually, I didn't call them. I had to call him late last night. So I decided to call him really, really late last night. It was so late. And when he picked up, I'm like, why are you still awake? He's like, no, I'm awake. So I was just talking to him. I said to him, okay, I will call you tomorrow. I spoke to him for like 15 minutes. So I said to him, okay, I will call you at the weekend. I just wanted to know how you are because it just felt like I'm ignoring. As you know, we are child free here. I do not want children. I don't want children. That's something that I never ever wanted. But I do have children in my life that I love, that I care for. And I have some people that are extremely younger than me that are in my life as well that I love, I adore, and I will always be there for them. And my community as well. I'm not gonna lie. The way I feel today, I just feel like everything should just do itself. Like the work, the things, whatever I am doing should just sort itself out. Why is capitalism doing this to us? What is this? You have so much on your plate. I was watching a video where I felt so sorry for people and they don't even live in developing countries, as they say, because they like to say that all these developing countries are poor. Meanwhile, some of these people live in this part of the world and their life is horrible as well. Because of what? Because of capitalism. You have to pay bills, you have to pay for this, and cost of living is horrible. And people have to do all of these things to pay. And nothing is free. Whatever you want, you have to go out and get it. I remember when I was at University of Maiduguri, I had this argument with somebody. I don't know where I got that from. I think it was from an economics lecture or something. I can't remember right now. We're having these conversations and I said to them that nothing in life is free if you actually look at it, because someone has already paid for it somehow. That's why you have it, but it's free for you. But it isn't free unless if you live in a great African village village like mine, where you get free crops from somebody and then you plant in your garden and you start to harvest. But even at that, somebody still gave you the seeds, right? I was just saying that and they were laughing, and that's the case. I just feel like everything should come to me and me not stress. That's the way I feel this morning, but I have to do what I need to do. I want to record podcast episode today, but I don't even know if I'll be able to do it today. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow or the day after tomorrow or on Sunday or on Monday, because I have to always get the podcast out every Tuesday. So I will see what I can do. If I can squeeze in time today to record it, or tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'll try and record. Let's go, because I'm here yapping. We just got here and parked. Crazy driving up here. I need some cotton pads. My cotton pad that I use for my toners and everything is finished, so I need to get some when I finish working out. As I was driving, I was just thinking to myself how it's so difficult to even understand people's motives these days. One of my friends was telling me something a few months ago where he thought he knew someone and thought that they were friends and all of the things, and the person just did something that was very, very wayward, extremely higgy and haggard, which I don't want to go into. And at the same time, I started thinking of myself, of somebody that I've known for years. We went to university together. We went to University of Maiduguri together. We were close. Like, I did things for him. I would get things from Manchester and send it to him in Nigeria. We were talking literally almost every day. As soon as I came out as gay, I think I've mentioned this before, blocked me, stopped speaking to me, said they were going to unalive their child if they find out that their child is gay, and all of the nonsense. Because of my experiences as a gay man from Njikoka local government area of Anambra State, everybody in my village knows I'm a homosexual. This is not something that I'm hiding. I don't care. Whatever you think, that's your freaking problem. And he stopped speaking to me. I have had experiences with people, the way I have been treated, whereby my threshold for trust is so muddled. I'm so confused. I don't even know who I trust and who not to trust. And because of this, sometimes you look at people and they do their performative allyship, which I can tell sometimes, because I can tell when someone is performative with their support and things like this. We LGBTQIA plus individuals, I'm saying this to all of us, be mindful of people who try to claim that they support you for being gay, they support you for being queer, they are here with you. Some of them is performative. I had a very weird experience of some guy that I knew that was claiming that he liked gay people. All of a sudden, when he suspected that his brother was gay, you need to see the way he reacted, the way he was crazy. And I'm like, what do you mean? And then I narrowed it down to the fact that, oh, I'm okay with other people being homosexual, other people being trans women and trans men and gay people, yada, 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 and lesbians and things like this, as long as it is not in my family. That is mad to me. Because if you are someone that is not homophobic, someone that is not transphobic, it doesn't matter if it is your son, your daughter, your friend, your brother. It will not matter at all. But this person's behavior was crazy to me. I had a different situation of someone who thought that a relative of theirs was gay, and their reaction was like, oh my god, I didn't know I was going to see this as a concern, and they realized straight away and they made amends. That is someone that is aware. Awareness is important. When you realize that you are messing up and you check yourself, that is awareness. I had that awareness. Like, I can be saying that this is not right or this is wrong, and when you explain things to me and I get where you're coming from, I will empathize and I will understand. This is why you should be mindful of the types of people you allow in your circles, the types of people you tell things about yourself, because people are out here being mean and being crazy. Why is it that you are claiming that you support gay people, you support queer people, and every little thing you have, you're speaking crazy and bad behind our backs? You have to be about it everywhere, anytime, everywhere. Stand 10 toes on it. Not perform publicly, and then when you go in private, when you are not out in the open, when you are at your home, when you are on your kitchen table, you talk nonsense about queer people. Because some of you do this. You go home, you sit on your coffee table, on your dining table, you call it kitchen table talk, and you talk crazy about gay people, about queer people, and then you come outside in the public, you try to pretend that you support. I don't want that here. That's why some of you who act and pretend that you are allies, I look at you, I'm like, you're just performative. I'm going to go now because I'm yapping too much. My lips are dry. Why did I even go in there with my camera? I just did not record as much. This is what I got for my face. It's really cheap. I was expecting it to be like £2 each. Good morning. How are you? I just turned the heating down because my man turned the car on like to keep it warm whilst I get in because it is freaking cold. It is Friday, the 30th of January. Sorry about the sound in this car. I really do apologize. I was so lucky that I'm able to record the podcast for next week Tuesday yesterday. I did it yesterday evening. When I got back, I did that. I recorded, I edited the video and the audio, and everything is ready for Tuesday. So I've gotten that out of the way. And that episode is something that has to do with the worst thing that you can be in an African home or African household is to be a homosexual. To be queer, to be LGBTQIA+, to be lesbian. That is the worst thing in their eye that you can ever be. That boggles the mind because some of these people don't care if you are a murderer, if you are a thief, if you are a scammer, if you are a fraudster, if you are a child abuser, child molester, wife beater, philanderer. They don't freaking care. You don't just have to be a homosexual. You can be all of those things. You can be everything evil on the face of the earth. But do not be a lesbian. Do not be a trans woman. Do not be a trans man. Do not be gay. Just don't be any of those things because those things are horrible. They bring bad names to the family. They destabilize everything. You are shameful. You are bringing shame to the family. They literally care about what people think about their family instead of their own children. Do you know the number of times where I have received messages from people I know who have people in their life that are going wayward and higgy and haga and crazy and saying crazy things to them? I have voice notes on my phone that I'm not going to share to anybody that was shared. Someone's mother, their brothers, their sisters, everybody was telling them how they are going to unalive them because they are gay, telling them that they are sick, that I wish we never had you. You are a useless child. It is crazy to me when you see certain men do things in the public. If there's any rumor about them being gay, that's what they will care about. Is he gay? Is he gay? What the hell is that? It does not make any sense at all. If you are queer, if you are gay, if you are LGBTQIA+ individual watching this, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not the shame that your family think that you are. They are the ones that are shameful. There is nothing wrong with you. You are okay as you are. Your life is wonderful as it is. Just live your life. And the reason why a lot of us queer people don't really come out to our families or come out in public or be ourselves is because of the madness that people receive. It is crazy. The number of things that I get thrown at me, the insults, it's crazy. And then you get people who will now say to you, oh, I like your content, send me money. As if you are doing me a favor for liking me aside of the ones who hate me. That's what they think. Oh, I'm the only one that supports you. I'm an African person. Oh, so give me something. What the hell is that? Please, if you are part of the community or an ally, if you're an ally actually, and you are around people speaking crazy about queer people, shut them down. Tell them there is not okay. Oh, it's not part of our culture. It's not part of our culture. What the hell do you mean? Some of you need to go and listen to my podcast episodes because I say what needs to be said. Being gay, being queer, being LGBTQIA+ is African and will continue to be. If you are gay and you live in a community where you cannot be yourself, you don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to come out. Just make peace with yourself. This is the key. You need to be at peace with yourself. As long as you are at peace with yourself, you are good. You don't need to announce it to anybody. And you need to be careful depending on who you are and your situation. Because of you don't want your family to cut you off financially. You don't want to be homeless, especially if you are not financially independent. Just be mindful of that. But do not let anybody tell you any less because you are sacred, you are wonderful, you are amazing, you are the vibes, you are the lights, you are wonderful, and live your life like that. Because look around you, all the inventions, fashion, all of them, who created them? LGBTQIA+ individuals. I saw a video, someone passed away and someone was crying. As someone who have lost my parents and a sister as well. When someone passes away, it is so painful. It is so painful. As I got older, my relationship with the way I see people passing is changing because of I try as much as possible to see that I do not have any control of this. What can I do? We are all going to not be here forever. And because of this, I have tried as much as possible to make peace with it. It is painful to not have your loved ones be here anymore. To not have your mother be here, to not have your father be here, your sister or your friend or your lovers and whoever it is that you are close to, you are close with, that is important in your life to not be here. It is horrible. It is not a good thing. It is heartbreaking. I go through situations and stages where even at my big age, where I feel like I wish my mother is here. I wish my father is here to help me with this, for me to complain to them, for me to tell them about my success stories, for me to tell them about my losses, for me to tell them about what I'm going through, for me to share good news or bad news with them, for their advice, their encouragement. It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. The only time you may not really require your parents if you don't require them, or you don't need your parents if you have parents that are wayward. Some of us have very bad parents. If your parents are wayward, your mother is a wicked mother, your father is a wicked father, and they are horrible parents, then you won't even want to have them in your life. I just was thinking of this because I just saw something that really broke my heart. For some of us that are queer, that are gay, LGBTQIA+, if you have people in your life that are really great and are wonderful, keep them close. The ones who are wayward, no. I have people that I know that are related to me that if anything happened to them today, it would not really matter because they've been horrible to me. I don't even think of them. I don't even remember that they exist. But if someone is wonderful to you, really good to you, of course, if anything happens, you're going to be sad. And I just want us to just remember that nobody's going to be here forever. Be kind to people, follow the golden rule of humanity, and don't just be nice to people because of your thinking about eternity, because that's bullshit. Because some of you will be wicked and mean, and when you get older, that's when you start being nice to people because you think you're going to go to heaven. Because heaven and hellfire does not exist in that way. Just be kind to people and be a good person. Not expect that you're going to get rewards. We are on our way to go and get some snacks. We would have gone to somewhere else because I wanted to get some multivitamins, and I just did not know that my mom wanted to go there. I left the list at home, so somebody is not happy. Yeah, we're going to do that next week sometime. Maybe one of the multivitamins we want may actually be in this store. We'll check and see if they have it. The main place that he prefers to buy multivitamins from, because they really have good products, we won't be able to go there. We are in our favorite supermarket. My mom was talking to one of their bosses because he knows him. Baby, we need to get vegan block.
What?
Vegan block.
Yes.
There's none?
Tons of it.
I've not had butter for like a long time. I only have butter when I'm traveling. A few weeks ago we came here. Like, not a few weeks ago. This was like months ago we came here. And I was trying to film, and one of the women came and said I shouldn't film because they were robbed or something. And the woman was like, we come here all the time. If I'm going to rob, would I be filming? No. I have some couscous at home that I haven't made. Maybe I'll make them later. I do want my favorite cookies. I have 2 left. I have to get maybe 2 more. And we're not getting anything sweet at all because we don't want that. Oh, they have ciabatta. Look at this ciabatta. I'm talking to people. Baby, my man is really getting on my nerves this afternoon because I said something to him and he doesn't want to let go. Let me see. Oh, you should take this then.
I don't know.
What do you mean that you don't know? Baby, I can't remember because I didn't look at the list. I know vitamin D and I already have vitamin D. We have just finished shopping. It is sunny. The sun is literally in my eye. Oh my goodness. Do not allow this sun deceive you. The one thing I knew this already, but I always allowed myself for it to happen to me. But one thing therapy helped me crystallize, helped me do. Of course, I know this, but I was no longer feeling bad when I do this. I say no and not worry about it. The reason why I'm saying no, I don't need to explain it to you. Another thing is that I learned how to not give an F when I don't need to. So I learned how to care for people when I need to without you taking advantage of me. Does that make any sense? I don't know the best way to explain this right now. The thing is, there are people who like to come to you when you are of value to them, when they need you. That's the only time you hear from them. I think I've mentioned this. I have a particular friend that doesn't speak to me all the time. Whenever I hear from him, it's only when he has a problem. That is the only time he messages me, he calls me to ask me for help, and then I won't hear from him. Last year, I think it was around June or July, he messaged me and said to me, oh, can you help me with this, blah, blah, blah. I said, absolutely not. I said no, and I didn't feel bad about it, what that I know. When I say no to them, I start feeling like I have done something bad to them. How are they going to do this? Yada, yada, yada. I am not responsible for anybody. If you don't know me, will you not be able to solve your problems? Because sometimes you know things and you still continue to do the same thing, whereby people are just harming you and you just allow it to happen. I know when to care. I know when not to care. I know when I say no. If I say no, I'm saying no to you. I am not responsible for anything that happens to you and how you navigate your life. It doesn't make you a bad person for saying no. It doesn't make you a bad person for choosing to remove yourself from situations that are just horrible for you. And a lot of us need to learn this. First time I ever went to therapy, I was speaking to a therapist. I'm like, I know all of these things. I know all of these things. Absolutely, because I am very, very self-reflective, but was not putting them in practice. I will do it for other people, but I will not do it for myself. I will just allow myself to be some form of doormat. And I think religion has a lot of part to play in this, for instance, because the Bible said, oh, you should respect your father and your mother. And then your mother and your father will be horrible to you. You will still think that it is okay for you to be kind to them and be respectful. And there's the same rules that applies to this somehow. One thing I know for sure is that I'm not broken, because there's nothing to be fixed. What it did for me was, I was so clear, no, I'm not going to allow you to be higgy and haga around me and do all of this nonsense. Anyway, I just thought I should share.
Manchester City.
How are you? How are you? We're back. We are back. We are back. We are back. So this was just a quick rush in and rush out situation. We didn't get so much. These are falafels made with paprika and all of the things. Falafels. This man loves Greek yogurt. 4 Greek yogurts. MSM, multivitamins. Really, really nice tea. Lentil chips. And this made from peanuts. This is the option we use for butter. It's called vegan block or nature block. It's really, really good. I'm going to put it in the container. See? My favorite cookies at the moment. I got 3 of them. Thank you so much for spending the week with me. Thank you so much for being here. Join the movement for truth, visibility, and representation, and doing what needs to be done. I wish you all the best. You are who you are. You are wonderful. You are amazing. You are the light. Remember this all the time. I will see you in the next vlog.